way back in 98 or somewhere. I tell you, our extra class was forced. You cannot excuse yourself from any extra classes. If you excuse yourself, you will pay. Whether you come or not, you will pay. And especially, I'm not lying. I'm telling for a fact. And especially on Saturdays, if you don't go to classes on Saturdays, you'll be punished on Monday and you pay your money.
That was way back some years.
That's way back, yes, when I was in JSS. And I can tell you for a fact that if you go to some villages and some countryside in our country here, I can tell you that still persists and people are still doing it. So even if it is Kumasi, fine, and people are still doing it. So I think the supervision directors of the Ministry of Education only check this well, that if teachers want to organize classes, it should be in consultation with the parents of the children, because not all parents can afford it. I mean, we all know the level of income in this country. It's very, very low. And if you are forcing a parent to come and pay for the extra classes of his award, I mean, what are you telling the parent? The parent should go and overwork himself or what? So I think the extra class idea, as I said initially, it's not bad. Okay. But the concept should be drawn well in consultation with the parent teacher association of the school and even the supervision directorate of the Ministry of Education, so that together we can come to a conclusive agreement that this is what you are going to do. If you feel that you have the money, you want to go to extra classes, that should be up to you. If you want to go and have one-on-one with a certain teacher, that should be up to you. That compulsory stuff should be cancelled. Okay. It should be cancelled. I mean, it shouldn't be introduced in the first place. I shouldn't be introduced. Why? I mean, why do you want to force somebody to go to extra class? Why do you want to force somebody? It shouldn't be introduced at all. Your point, I'm sure, is very well made. Thank you very much. Coming from Bismarck or State Chamber. Finally, in about 1 minute, any final thing you'd want to add before we want to?
Forcing the students. It's not about forcing it on them, but at least the point is it's not about forcing the student to take part in the extra classes per se. But when you go to the private schools, and even in Ghana here, we compare the performance of private schools and that of the public schools, always saying that the private schools are performing better than the public schools. But the fact is, the private schools are organizing extra classes for their students. So it is important for the public schools also join the trade to organize the extra classes.
But do we necessarily say it's because of the extra classes that the private schools are making it?
Yes. When you leave students, when you read child psychology, when you leave students to do certain things on their own, they will not be able to give up their maximum best to try to do better when it comes to their academics or when it comes to examination. So it's the extra class is a form of reinforcing what the students are being taught at the regular classes hours. So when the extra class is organized, the students go ahead and learn something extra. They go ahead to learn something extra to enhance their performance.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Ponsa Mensa, quickly to Adadi Kokubafu in 60 seconds.
I have to stress on this issue. One significant demerit of these extra classes, agenda program is that it does not create a space for school children to have a study time for yourself. Because at any point in time they're being taught by teachers. What time are they going to have on their own to study those numerous things they're being supposedly taught? And it is actually creating a problem. We have to face this squarely. But some teachers are advocating that all students should involve themselves in extra classes to promote a higher score in the higher grades in their various subjects of study. And I think it is not right. You see, the phenomena is for weaker students, and that is how come the government and some personalities like myself is actually advocating that it should not be compulsory, as some basic schools are doing. It is illegal because it is some sort of tactics deployed by teachers to enrich their pockets. Should they make it compulsory? It is not fair. It is for weaker students, and that is it.
Okay, thank you very much. Quickly to Bismarck or say Champon.
Yeah, Chairman, I want to disagree with my brother Amponsa in the studio. Listen, in the colonial days, when extra classes was not in place, I mean, at that time, the private schools were still doing more better than the colonial schools as we pass through. So, it is not about the extra classes. The general remuneration level of the teachers, who are the very actors of educational improvement, has come down. And if you really want to make some impact for the children, we have to look first at the remuneration of the teachers. And if the teachers are satisfied, I can tell you for a fact that it will have an impact linking of the performance of the children. Because generally, if you go to the private schools, most of their teachers are paid very well. So irrespective of the extra classes, they are still able to give up their best.
You think so?
Oh, yes, I can tell you for a fact. Yes, it's true. We will have it as an assignment for ourselves to go and check that most of the private schools pay more salaries than that of the government schools. And so so if we want to make some serious impact in terms of the education of the children, I mean the remuneration of the teachers should be paramount to us. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Champong. It's 4 minutes to 9. You're still on Community Watch on Focus 94.3. We should be going into the ndc-youth saga in a short while here on Focus 943 as the 26th of July 2010 on your Community Watch.
Giving you information we judge you need, and also a space for public discussion. Community Watch, only on Focus FM.
Okay, you're welcome back. And then let's quickly go to the story of the Sisala East. And then it reads like supporters of the Sisala East constituency of the National Democratic Congress are said to have locked the DCE out of office on Sunday. And I've cited a number of situations related to this. One was reported by myjournal.com today too, that some angry youth of the ruling National Democratic Congress in Tamale have stopped the auctioning of cars belonging to the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly, claiming proper procedures were not followed. The group are known as Godwin Youth, and they seized one car Thursday afternoon and are threatening to seize more cars. Now, story from a story at Ghana Journal's website on the 15th of May 2010, also related to the Chima Mwambia District Chief Executive and Asari Bediakon, who was condemned, who condemned the attempted seizure of Tabere toll booth. I'm not sure I got the name right, but it's Tabere, Tabere, okay, toll booth last Tuesday by some NDC youth. He said even though the youth had a genuine case of trying to stop the alleged corrupt practices going on at the toll booth, they should have used due process sense, and it's quoted as "we are in the era of constitutional rule." Okay, so let's go into discussion of this even before we pick some few calls. It's 3 minutes to 9. Let's quickly start from Amponsa Mensa, the youth in a ruling party, and how they have channeled their grievances so far. How has this helped in respect of building the party and building a better country?
Well, thank you very much. And then the ruling party, the NDC-youth, and their actions as far as, putting the government on its toes is concerned, I believe is not the best. Since the NDC assumed power, they assumed office in early 2009, their youth consistently has been opposing ministers, DCs, and the government and other government officials in public offices, of which is not the best. I believe that they might have a genuine concern. A genuine concern should be channeled through the appropriate medium by writing